The rain hammered against the corrugated iron roof of the observatory, a relentless percussion against the silence of the Nevada desert. Inside, Professor Alistair Finch adjusted his thick-rimmed spectacles, his gaze fixed on the swirling patterns projected onto the hemispherical screen. It wasn't starlight he was tracking, it was a complex anomaly detected just hours ago, originating from a point beyond the Kuiper Belt. "Anything, Davies?" Finch asked, his voice raspy with exhaustion. Young Davies, barely out of Cambridge and already feeling the weight of responsibility, shook his head. "Still fluctuating, Professor. Energy signature is unlike anything I've ever seen. It's organic somehow." Finch frowned. Organic energy that defied everything he understood about celestial mechanics. He's been ridiculed for years, dismissed as a crackpot chasing shadows, but this felt different. This felt like vindication. The observatory, Finch's personal fiefdom, was a marvel of repurposed wartime technology. The telescope itself was salvaged from a dismantled naval radar station, painstakingly reconfigured for astronomical observation. The control panel, a chaotic jumble of vacuum tubes and analog gauges, hummed with barely contained power. This was his testament to a future where science transcended the limitations of the present. "Increase the harmonic resonance," Finch instructed. "Let's see if we can establish a clearer signal." The room vibrated as Davies manipulated the controls. The signal on the screen intensified, resolving into a series of complex geometric shapes, not random noise, but structured information. "It's transmitting," Davies breathed, his eyes wide with astonishment. "It's pictures." The images flickered onto the screen. Landscapes unlike anything on Earth filled the observatory. Towering crystalline forests, stars choked with twin suns, creatures that defied classification. It was a glimpse into a reality utterly alien. Then the face appeared, tall and slender, with skin like polished obsidian and eyes that glowed with an inner light. It wasn't hostile nor particularly welcoming, just observant. "Remarkable," Finch murmured, meticulously recording every detail. "A sentient species, capable of interstellar communication. A breakthrough of monumental proportions." Suddenly the lights flickered violently. The humming of the equipment turned into a high-pitched whine. The observatory shook. "What's happening?" Davies cried, clutching the console. "Energy surge," Finch shouted. "The transmission is destabilizing our systems." The image on the screen sharpened, and the alien face seemed to look directly at them, its glowing eyes filled with what appeared to be pity. A wave of energy pulsed outward, knocking both men off their feet. When Finch regained consciousness, the observatory was eerily silent. The screens were dark. The equipment was dead. The alien signal had vanished. He staggered to his feet, disoriented and shaken. "Davies," he called out. Davies lay motionless on the floor, his face pale and drawn. Finch rushed to his side, examining him carefully. He was breathing, but his expression was vacant, utterly detached. "Davies, can you hear me?" Davies didn't respond. His eyes remained fixed on a point beyond the walls of the observatory, lost in a reality only he could perceive. Frantically, Finch checked Davies' vitals. Everything seemed normal, yet something profound had changed. The young scientist was no longer the eager Cambridge graduate he's known. He's become something else. Days turned into weeks. Davies remained unresponsive, a living ghost trapped within his own mind. Finch tried everything to reach him: hypnotic suggestion, electrotherapy, even consulting with leading neurologists, but nothing worked. The alien contact had irrevocably altered Davies' brain. Meanwhile, news of Finch's discovery had leaked to the authorities. A shadowy government agency, known only as Project Chimera, descended upon the observatory, seizing the equipment and confiscating Finch's notes. They offered him a deal: continued funding for his research in exchange for his complete cooperation and silence. Finch was torn. He wanted to continue his work, to understand the nature of the alien contact and rescue Davies from his altered state. But he also feared the government's motives. Project Chimera was known for its ruthless pursuit of scientific advancement, often at the expense of ethical considerations. He reluctantly accepted their offer, signing a non-disclosure agreement that effectively bound him to their will. The observatory was rebuilt, upgraded with cutting-edge technology under the supervision of Project Chimera's technicians. Finch was given a team of scientists and engineers, but he was constantly monitored, his research tightly controlled. One evening, while reviewing the data recovered from the observatory's damaged hard drives, Finch noticed something peculiar: a fragmented message buried deep within the corrupted files. It was a mathematical equation, complex and unfamiliar. He realized with a chilling certainty that the equation wasn't part of the alien transmission. It had been deliberately planted within the data, a hidden instruction, a key. He spent weeks deciphering the equation, working in secret, driven by a desperate hope. He felt a growing sense of dread, a feeling that he was unraveling something dangerous. Finally, he understood. The equation wasn't a key to understanding the aliens. It was a map to another location, a location within Earth's own solar system. He cross-referenced the coordinates with Project Chimera's own astronomical data. The location was a small, unassuming asteroid, orbiting far beyond Mars, designated simply as Asteroid sending 34. He knew then what he had to do. He couldn't stay within the confines of Project Chimera's control. He had to find Asteroid sending 34. He had to uncover the truth behind the alien's message. Under the guise of a routine equipment upgrade, he prepared a small, experimental rocket, secretly retrofitting it with the necessary navigation and communication equipment. He selected a small trusted colleague, Dr. Eleanor Vance, a brilliant astrophysicist who shared his skepticism about Project Chimera's methods. On a moonless night, they launched the rocket, leaving the observatory and the watchful eyes of Project Chimera behind. As the rocket hurtled towards Asteroid sending 34, Finch couldn't shake the feeling that he was walking into a trap. He looked back at Earth, a distant blue marble in the blackness of space. He didn't know what awaited him on the asteroid. He only knew that he couldn't turn back. The future of humanity might depend on it, and he was terrified. The asteroid loomed closer, its surface a barren landscape of rock and dust. As they approached, Finch noticed something unusual, a faint, rhythmic pulsing of light emanating from the asteroid's shadowed side. "What is that?" Eleanor asked, her voice tinged with apprehension. "I don't know," Finch replied, his heart pounding in his chest, "but I have a feeling we're about to find out." As they landed on the asteroid, the rhythmic pulsing intensified. A section of the asteroid's surface began to glow, revealing a shimmering, almost invisible structure embedded within the rock. The structure pumped with an energy that resonated deep within Finch's bones. A hatch opened, revealing a dark, cavernous interior. And as Finch and Eleanor stepped inside, they realized that Asteroid sending 34 wasn't an asteroid at all. It was a ship, an alien ship, and it was waiting for them,